On this segment, we're joined by Gene Houck, and we're talking about venture public adjusting. And Gene, thanks for taking a second to be with us. You know, I know people might have a question, what exactly is public adjusting, and what does a public adjuster do?
Well, thanks, Art. I appreciate that. Public adjusting is basically an advocate. We work for homeowners. We work on a contingency fee basis, which means I don't make any money unless I get you paid. And what we get you paid for is damage to your home. And what public adjusters do is we maximize your damage settlement as opposed to the insurance company adjuster whose job it is to minimize, if not deny, your claim.
Well, when and why would someone need a public adjuster?
If you have any question as to whether or not you have damage that may or may not be covered, is the when. Because just calling your insurance company and inquiring as to whether or not you have a claim is considered filing a claim. So if you have any question at all, give us a call, because again, it doesn't cost anything to find out. Why? So that we can come in and maximize your settlement and get your house whole again after it's been damaged.
Okay, so as we think about all this, maybe a question someone might have is, would I get in trouble if I hire a public adjuster?
And that's a very common question, believe it or not. Everybody thinks, oh, if I file a claim, my policy rates are going to go up or my insurance is going to drop me. This is homeowners insurance. It is not auto insurance. The fact of the matter is they are not allowed to drop you or raise your rates for filing an insurance claim. Again, doesn't mean it doesn't happen on a fairly daily basis. The best explanation is people just don't know their rights and what they are allowed or not allowed to do under their homeowner's policy. And as far as raising your rates or dropping you for filing a claim, it is very clearly spelled out the reasons they're allowed to do those things, and none of them are for filing a claim.
Now, in thinking about it, another question might be, how much does it cost to hire a public adjuster?
Again, a very good question. Actually, it doesn't cost anything to hire us because, as I've mentioned before, we work on that contingency fee basis, which means I have to get you paid in order to make my living. So much like a lawyer that you would hire, I work on the contingency that I get you paid, I'll maximize your settlement. If not, you don't owe me a thing. So again, it does not cost a thing to call a public adjuster to inquire as to whether or not you have a covered claim.
How about when it comes to the question, I've never heard of a public adjuster, you know? I mean, it's almost like you are a personal representative for any situation, and it's always good to have an independent concept in there. I mean, that's what you bring to the table.
Absolutely. Believe it or not, public adjusting's been around over 125 years. We came into existence 1 year after insurance companies did. We were actually brought into existence by the state insurance commissioners, who decided the only people without representation were the policyholders, the people paying the premiums. That's how public adjusters were formed. Unfortunately, we've been kept a secret because the fact of the matter is we're taking money out of the insurance company's treasury and putting it into the homeowner's pocket. Doesn't make all the insurance companies happy, therefore they don't go around extolling our virtues. We've been in business 125 years as an industry, and it's primarily, until recently, it's primarily been a referral-based business, one customer to another, one family member to another, until recently. Public adjusting is taking on a higher public profile with storms such as Superstorm Sandy, Hurricane Irene. More and more people are very rapidly becoming aware of the need and services of public adjusters.
Do you only handle residential, or do you do commercial as well?
We do commercial, we do industrial, we do residential. We handle claims on any and all real property damage. So if you have a property that's insured, chances are we can help you with it. And again, for free, it's worth making the phone call.
Do you help renters, or do they have to be owners?
Renters can absolutely be helped by our program. It's a big misconception. People think, oh, I don't own, public adjuster can't help me. Renters should definitely have proper insurance in place to cover their belongings. It's often assumed that their belongings are covered under the person who owns the building's insurance, Big misconception. Big misconception. Yes, we can definitely help renters. In fact, that's one of the things we do for everybody is provide a policy review. Even sometimes before they've had damage, we'll review that policy to make sure that if and when damage occurs, it is covered under the policy that insures that property.
Well, in wrapping this up, Gene, you know, it seems like if I'm going to a doctor, I want a second opinion. Okay, now with my insurance company, people do tend to want to trust their insurance company, and I'm sure most of them want to do the best by their clients, but maybe they won't point out everything. Is that why a public adjuster might be so advantageous?
Absolutely, because one big thing homeowners do not know is the burden of proof is on them. So when it comes to presenting your claim to the insurance company, if you don't know what's covered, exactly what was damaged, you may misrepresent that claim. You could end up costing yourself thousands of dollars, and this happens repeatedly. And I get called in after the fact, and hey, I didn't get enough money, and that's okay because we can do that too. Even if the insurance company's already issued you a check, we can come in and take over at that point and make sure the check that was issued is everything it's supposed to be.
So in wrapping this up, why wouldn't someone just have a public adjuster come in? I mean, wrap it up. What's in a final word? What do we want to leave people thinking about?
Well, again, my final word is very biased because I am a public adjuster, but the last thing I want to leave you thinking about is think about it exactly. You're filing a claim on something that may be perhaps the biggest investment you've ever made in your life. And the person that's coming out there to represent your insurance company is a hired professional, hired by the insurance company. So hire your own professional, get your own representation, have somebody working for you to represent your best interest. That's what public adjusters truly do.